to Friday at 6 a.m. and start your day with our balanced and sensational morning news. Our interesting afternoon news comes on at 12 p.m. with updated and fascinating.
from the news from the News and Current Affairs Department here at Kear Communications Network. A pleasant good morning and welcome to Kear Newsline. Today is Monday, December 23, 2024. My name is Jefferson. We are anchoring this edition of our news program, and these are the headlines. President Joseph Weah shows Liberians of his government's commitment of connecting towns and villages through rural construction and rehabilitation. A pro-democracy organization, the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day Stand, condemns proposed US dollars 1.8 million allocation for initial renovation of Capitol building, calls on lawmakers to prioritize the urgent needs of citizens. As part of efforts to improve the rubber industry of Liberia and address challenges faced by smallholder farmers, government constitutes a high-level working group to engage Firestone. Anyway, from Liberia, Cyclone Chido leaves 94 people dead in Mozambique since it made landfall in the East African country last week, local authorities have said. The details of these stories, the news bulletin, our foreign developments, plus other developments are all packaged, but we take a short break to be right back. Welcome back and thanks for being there. Liberia's President Joseph Boakai has assured citizens of Lofa County, Grenjia, and Bong of good roads connecting towns and villages to promote economic activities. Speaking at the opening of the 60th anniversary celebrations of Bang, Lofa, Nimba, and Grenjia counties, President Boakai said he will ensure the roads connecting the four counties along with villages and towns would never return to its previous state. He emphasized that road connectivity, infrastructure development, and capacity building opportunities are essential rights that no Liberian should beg for. The Liberian chief executive assured Liberians in that part of the country of his government's commitment to implementing developmental initiatives, including providing safe drinking water, creating opportunities for young people, amongst others. President Boakai statements come amid intensified road rehabilitation routine maintenance work being undertaken by the Ministry of Public Works on the Salaye to Vonjama Road, Weah to Wasonga Road, and other major roads across the country. Meanwhile, President Boakai used the occasion to call on for a unified Liberia, stressing that there can be no development if Liberians are not united. In an effort to combat infant mortality in Liberia, the Joseph Newman Boakai Foundation has donated an incubator to the Telawea Medical Hospital in Vonjama City, Lofa County. An incubator is a medical equipment that has controlled air and temperature conditions in which a weak or premature baby can be kept alive. Making the donation, the chairman of the Joseph Newman Boyka Foundation, David Fatoma, said the donation is intended to help reduce infant mortality rate in that part of the country. According to him, infant mortality poses a serious threat to the future generation of the country, and as such, something must be done to help combat the issue of infant mortality. He noted that as a humanitarian organization, the JMB Foundation is involved in providing medical assistance to both public and private health facilities to ensure a wholesome functioning society. Speaking on behalf of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Assistant Minister for Correction Services, Dr. Tia Moore, lauded the GMB Foundation for the continued support toward the health sector of Liberia. He described the donation as a timely one that will go a long way in helping the people of Vonjama City, especially pregnant women who go to the Telewayan hospital to seek medical attention. For his part, the medical director at the Telewayan Hospital, Dr. Galakba Johnson, indicated that the donation will enhance the operation of the doctors and nurses at the hospital. He, however, pleaded with the foundation to also help construct a power station for the hospital as they do not have the electrical power to operate the incubator. The government of Liberia has constituted a high level working group to engage Firestone to empower the rubber industry in Liberia. Those appointed on the working group are Minister of Agriculture Chairman, the Minister of State Co-Chair, Minister of Labor Member, Minister of Public Works Member, Minister of State for Presidential Affairs Member, Minister of Finance and Development Planning Member. Others are the National Investment Commission member and the economic advisor to the president. The high level working group, which is chaired by the Ministry of Agriculture, Dr. Alexander Nutua, is in line with President Boaka's directive to strengthen Liberia's rubber industry and improve conditions for smallholder farms. The working group comprises key government officials and advisors tasked with fostering constructive dialogue faced by smallholder farmers and local communities. The initiative reflects the government's commitment to enhancing the labor sector while addressing challenges faced by smallholder farmers and local communities. The panel engagement with the management of Firestone will focus on identifying and addressing challenges hindering rubber production, developing strategies to support smallholder farmers and local farmers programs, improving communication between the government and Firestone Liberia. Friends of Bong County Senator Prince Moy has donated 250 bags of 25 kg rice to several institutions and communities in Bong County. The institutions include Phoebe Hospital, CB Dunbar Hospital, the Prison Compound, and the Disabled Community, amongst others. Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Bill McGay Jones, who led the team, said the donation is aimed at reaching out to the less fortunate and needed during the time of Christmas. He noted that Christmas is a time of sharing and giving gifts not only to loved ones and families, but also people who are faced with financial constraints, including sick patients, the visually impaired, and persons with disabilities. According to him, though the items may not be sufficient to reach everyone individually, it is a stepping stone to give back to the people of Bong County during the festive season. Deputy Minister Bill McGill Jones made these remarks when he donated 20 of the 250 bags of 25 kg rice to the CB Dunbar Hospital in Bond County over the weekend. Receiving the donation, Dr. Bayan thanked Deputy Minister Jones and Bond County Senator Prince Moy for the donation, stating that it will help put smiles on the faces of patients, especially women and children at the hospital. The newly elected president of the National Association of Social Workers, Dr. Kakura Fode, has underscored the need to make social work a visible profession to the Liberian populace. According to Dr. Fode, many Liberians have obtained their bachelor's of, or master degrees in the social work from various universities, but they do not get the recognition for the impact on society due to the lack of visibility. He added that making social work visible to the public through effective leadership will encourage people to prioritize and feel the impact of the social workers. Dr. Kakula Fode noted that his leadership has come to make the National Association of Social Workers and social work more vibrant and effective, giving the general public reasons to prioritize social work. Dr. Kakula Fode made these comments at the end of the 6th General Assembly of the National Association of Social Workers. Meanwhile, the newly elected president described reconciliation as the pathway to achieving success, and therefore he will work to reconcile the group and bring everyone together. He stressed the importance of need of reuniting the association, mending the broken pieces, and reconciling all sides to ensure they work collectively. As Liberians prepare to join the rest of the world in the observance of Christmas, the former president of the Liberia Council of Churches is encouraging Liberians to observe the day through peace, reconciliation, and forgiveness for one another. Bishop Cotto Brown, who is the general overseer of the Apostolic Pentecostal Church International, said Liberia is undergoing trial and tribulations, but love, but the prevailing situation should not continue to divide the people of one nation. Addressing a press conference in Browville outside Monrovia during the weekend, Bishop Brown said the Christmas holiday should serve as means of resolving all the differences among Liberians as people and ensure that the new year is entered with peace and tranquility. The former president of the Liberia Council of Churches prayed for the success of the government, its leaders, members of the national legislature, and the Supreme Court, and the nation in general. A pro democracy organization, the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day Stand, has strongly condemned the legislature's rapid push for a US $1.8 million allocation to repair the Capitol building's joint chambers following a recent fire outbreak. Stand denounced this urgency as glaring hypocrisy, highlighting the government's neglect of countless Liberians who have endured catastrophic fire disasters, which has left several families homeless and destitute without any meaningful support. In a statement issued in Monrovia during the weekend, Stand slammed the glaring disparity in government priorities, decrying the legislature's relentless push for Capitol building repairs while virtually sidelining the Liberia National Fire Service in the 2024 budget. Stern described the rapid push for the 1.8 million United States dollars as disgraceful, the legislature's blatant disregard for public fire safety, even as they demand taxpayers foot the bill for their own infrastructure repairs. Stand firmly insists that all 103 members of the national legislature, both senators and representatives, should fund the repairs through a collective salary reduction. The bishop of the Lutheran Church in Liberia, Reverend Victor Bishop Patmo, has cautioned leaders to prioritize the welfare of citizens above personal or partisan interests, for leadership is a sacred trust given by God. He observed that Christmas is coming at a time Liberia is facing a period of uncertainty and tension as the legislative impasse is threatening the socio-economic stability of the nation, leaving many of the Liberian people anxious about the future. And the National Road Fund has commenced the inspection of feeder roads in communities across Montserrat County as Director General went to court for residents' support. Addressing reporters on Friday, National Road Fund Manager Madam Josita Wento said the inspection is intended to ensure community roads are constructed using best standard for durability by construction companies. She added that since the beginning of the inspection, the National Road Fund has identified some problems on some community roads, which, according to her, will be reported to the Ministry of Public Works. Those were the latest from the news center. We're taking a short break. When we return, we'll bring you the voices of the news makers. Please keep tuned. Well, listeners, in case you've just joined us, as a reminder that you're listening to Kear Newsline. Today is Monday, December 23. My name is Jefferson. We are anchoring this 6 a.m. edition of our news programs. One of the big stories we're following this morning: President Joseph Weah reassures Liberians of his government's commitment of connecting towns and villages through road construction and rehabilitation. That story is just ahead of us. Straight into the news. Liberia's President Joseph Boakai has assured citizens of Lofa, Grangide, and Bon counties of good roads connecting towns and villages to promote economic activities. Speaking at the opening of the 60th anniversary celebrations of Bang, Lofa, Nimba, and Grangida counties, President Boakai said he will ensure the roads connecting the four counties along with villages and towns will never return to its previous state.
It's different now because it can move. It's going to be different because it will be paved all the way to the border. That's what we came to work to resolve. Our people will have better roads. This next budget that will be announced, you will hear that the military, the health workers, the police, everybody is going to get some increment. That's what we're here for. To make the life of the people. We're going to have hospitals. In a short time, there's going to be a center built right between Bong and Milford where people can walk in to tell them the condition of their health. We want to do that. This is not something you have to answer. It's your right as citizens. That's what power is about, to build the lives of the people. And that's what we're here for. This road is not an event. It will never get back to the same it used to be. And I told them, when we did a small thing, I was not saying that just because we did. This rule will never go back again. We want our people to live good life. We want them to have good drinking water. I'm listening to you. I know water is problem. It's part of my load to make sure that we give our people things that they always wanted to have. We talk about vocational education, education for the young people. This is what we're here for. We want to make it happen. Through your cooperation, that's what we've been waiting for. To build the lives of these young people, the women here, and all over this country. So I want to thank you for the opportunity given us to serve you. I am here.
The voice of Liberian President Joseph Yuma Boakai. Meanwhile, President Boakai used the occasion to call for unified Liberia, stressing that there can be no development if Liberians are not united.
We want to begin to reconcile our people, to make peace, to make the people come together, build a nation. We do not build a nation through force, troublemaking. We want to train our young people for the future of this country. And what we need to do is to reconcile. So I am here. I'm going to tell you now. I'll come back. I'll be here.
He is Liberian President Joseph Newman Boakai. In an effort to combat infant mortality in Liberia, the Joseph Newman Boakai Foundation has donated an incubator to the Teleweah Medical Hospital in Vonjama City, Lofa County. An incubator is a medical equipment that has controlled air and temperature conditions in which a weak or premature baby can be kept alive. Making the donation, the chairman of the Joseph Human Boakai Foundation, David Fatoma, said the donation is intended to help reduce infant mortality rate in that part of Liberia.
We are here to represent the foundation and to do this donation. We've been doing this. Through our partners, we got a whole container full of brand new medical incubators to curb down the infant mortality in the country. As you know, infant mortality is a serious thing. You know, it threatens the future of our future generation of this country, and so this is going to go a long way in combating the infant mortality in our country. And so we are keen on, especially here in Weah, the home of, they say charity begins at home, the home of the president who is also the founder and chairman emeritus of the foundation. And we are keen on ensuring that the hospitals in Weah, especially Kear referral hospitals, do receive these items, and we're going to do more. But today we are here to present this medical incubator. So the Weah Hospital, the Ministry of Health is here. Back in the city, we work with the Ministry of Health as well. And so we are here to present this piece of instrument that will go a long way to help the Teleweah Hospital. You know, Teleweah Hospital is, it's a referral hospital that saves, thousands of lives. Look at how many people are in Weah, not only Weah, even Kenya right here. Yeah. This is very crucial. So we start by to say, this is a donation that you can use to help save lives, to help save the future generation.
David Fatoma is the chairman of the Joseph Yuma Boakai Foundation. While speaking on behalf of the Ministry of Health and Social Welfare, Assistant Minister for Corrective Services, Dr. Tiamo, lauded the GMB Foundation for their continued support toward the health sector of Liberia.
The Chief Medical Officer of the Republic of Liberia, Captain Thomas Cooper. We appreciate the foundation for this donation of 2 incubators. We are grateful. We have worked with the foundation to ensure the distribution of clinical items at Thornton Hospital and some hospitals in Monrovia, in Monserrate, and then the Johnson Hospital. We appreciate your continued support to the health sector. This is timely because at this point we are trying as a country to reduce newborn mortality. So we want to say thank you to your partners, the partners to the foundation. We appreciate them also. Thank you for coming. The message will go to the ministry that the foundation visited the Weah Hospital, and we believe with this donation, the efforts to reduce maternal deaths will be enhanced. Thank you very much.
He's Assistant Minister for Curative Services at the Ministry of Health. For his part, the medical director at the Weah Hospital, Dr. Kalakba Johnson, indicated that the donation will enhance the operation of the doctors and nurses at the hospital. He, however, pleaded with the foundation to also help construct a power station for the hospital, as they do not have the electrical power to operate the incubator.
Just as the chairman said, this coincidental that is coming at this time because the medical coordinator and myself have been in touch. He told me about this donation long before. So we're just finding a way for you to get to the destination. And this is very timely, and then it will enhance our management of especially our preterm, because that's one of the major challenges in managing the neonates, the preterm group. And having an incubator where you can staff in it as they are monitored is a step in the right direction. And we look forward to many other donations. And let me take this time to ask, because these things are things that are run by power, and we are having a little challenge with power. If we can have a power station, especially the liquid solar gas to be able to manage most of our equipment, is going to go a very long way. So we think that's the key to present. Well, we appreciate this, and we are going to use it. We are going to start using it for the internal purpose.
The voice of Dr. Galakba Johnson, medical doctor there at the Weah Hospital. As Liberians prepare to join the rest of the world in the observance of Christmas, the former president of the Liberia Council of Churches is encouraging Liberians to observe the day through peace, reconciliation, and forgiveness for one another. Bishop Cotto Brown, who is also the general overseer of the Apostolic Pentecostal Church International, said Liberia is undergoing trial and tribulations, but the prevailing situation should not continue to divide the people of one nation.
So we encourage all Liberians, wherever you are, whatever the experiences are, it is Christmas time. It's time to be grateful to God. It's time, everything may not be as you expect, but still we can be grateful. We can be grateful for our lives. We can be grateful for our families. We can be grateful for our country. We can be grateful for the rest of the world, and then we can still pray that things will get better. So I think it's a movement. It's a call to gratitude, and in the spirit of celebrating a Christmas that is in love and unity. It's been a tough year, mixed reactions, mixed experiences, but through it all, I think we have much to be grateful to God for, as a people in the country. And so we want to bless God and to say to all Liberians, reach out to someone and extend, your Christmas greetings to them. Is that the whole things will get better. But what I say is that, yes, that's true, but then we have so much to be grateful for. In my Christmas message today, I was talking about a Christmas in love and unity. That our country is challenge. There's so much hate, so much disunity. But I am encouraging all Liberians to celebrate this Christmas in love and unity. And I say that one of the ways to do that is to be grateful. It's to carry this feeling of appreciation. for what has happened in our lives, in this year. You can be thankful.
He's Bishop Cotto Brown, the former president of the Liberia Council of Churches. Well, listeners, in case you've just joined us, it's a reminder that you're listening to Kear News Line. Today is Monday, December 23, 2024. My name is Jefferson. We are anchoring the 6 a.m. edition. Top stories we're following this morning. President Joseph Weah reassures Liberians of his government's commitment of connecting towns and villages through road construction and rehabilitation. A pro-democracy organization, the Solidarity and Trust for a New Day Stand, condemns proposed USD $1.8 million allocation for initial renovation of Capitol building, calls for lawmakers to prioritize the urgent needs of citizens. As part of efforts to improve the rubber industry of Liberia and address challenges faced by smallholder farmers, government constitutes a high-level working group to engage Firestone. And away from Liberia, Cyclone Chido leaves 94 people dead in Mozambique since it made landfall in the East African country last week, local authorities have said. We'll take another break. When we return, we'll bring you more developments. Please keep tuned. Welcome back, and thanks for being there. Let's take this development. The newly elected president of the National Association of Social Workers, Dr. Kakula Fode, has underscored the need to make social work a visible profession to the Liberian people. According to Dr. Fode, many Liberians have obtained their bachelor or master's degrees in social work from various universities, but they do not get the recognition for the impact on society due to the lack of visibility.
You see, the population of the social work graduates is increasing every year. It's increasing. There are people who have foreign degrees. There are people who have graduated from Nigeria with a degree. And schools are offering master in social work. So we need to make the profession more visible. We need to make the profession that people should see that the profession really, they need a profession in Liberia. So we can only do that through an effective leadership. And that's why we are coming on the table.
He is the newly elected president of the National Association of Social Workers, Dr. Kakula Fode. Well, the newly elected president described recognition as the pathway to achieving success, and therefore he will work to reconcile the group and bring everyone together.
Because the profession, the social work profession, does not require for people to be we're professionals. We can disagree, but we ensure integrity, professionalism. So what we're going to do, we're going to make sure that we reach out to everyone. That it was not about the folder, it was not about money, promo, it is about the social work profession in Liberia. So despite whoever that you learn, because before coming to the post, I will ask, are you prepared to accept the outcome? I say yes. Because if you go into the electoral process, you either win or you lose. And if you lose, you have to be magnanimous enough to accept the result. So we were prepared to accept the result if we had lost. So we will reach out to Yubo, Ms. Sipo, and the rest of the people because they're all professionals and we think to to elevate this profession to where we want to see it, it requires.
Friends of Bond County Senator Prince Weah has donated 250 bags of 25 kg rice to several institutions and communities in the county. The institutions include Phoebe Hospital, CB Dumba Hospital, the prison compound, and the disabled community, among others. Deputy Minister for Administration at the Ministry of Finance and Development Planning, Bill McGill Jones, who led the team, said the donation is aimed at reaching out to the less fortunate and needed during the time of Christmas.
I say Merry Christmas to all of us. So, like Michael said, we started this meeting policy the radio engagement, and as part of our end of year program, we are in Bakala, with the full and plan, the facility and people, executive, we do swap people from where they were not prepared today, went out to the letters to the colony, we are the person to our colleagues and brothers who are in. On the other side, because we have law issues. But we know that during this time of the Christmas, it's time to give back. And then knowing the hospital here, their children, their women, who will be here on Christmas Day. And they will also be here maybe on New Year Day, they might be getting that. So there will be new people buried and also in folk. So we just thought that the hospital is doing everything she can do to provide the opportunity and provide the rightful thing to them. I was a little saddened at Phoebe when they said since 2019 they stopped the feeding program for the medical, for patients that are in the hospital. But I was born there. I've been in Phoebe on many occasions. I know there was a feeding program that was embedded within your treatment plan. So when you were there, you were getting 2-3 times a day at Phoebe to also help to create that nutritional balance as you want to go in the process. Today, if that process is no longer there, I made a promise to them that that's something we're going to look at from the national budget. Here, I don't know the situation. I'm hear from you. But when we brought today as part of the team, Senator Weah and the rest of the team told me, and all of our police have said, it was important for us to give back. And we thought that this Christmas cannot just be about us and our family. The people here.
Receiving the donation, Dr. Bian thanked Deputy Minister Jones and Bond County Senator Prince Weah for the donation, stating that it will help put smiles on the faces of patients, especially women and children, at the hospital.
On behalf of the medical director for the Weah, who is on his leave, we want to say first thank you so much to the team, especially the senator, who have thought of this big gesture. Like you said, this is Christmas, it's a time of sharing, it's a time of giving. So we appreciate this. We want to tell here that we come to CB Doma and the medical director down to the support staff with the patients are very much grateful to this gift. We look forward to the new year with much hope. Together, we hope to meet you in the best. So thank you so much. Thank you.
The voice of Dr. Bian. There earlier, you listened to Deputy Minister Bill McGill Jones of the Friends of Senator Prince Weah of Bond County. The National Road Fund has commenced the inspection of feeder roads in communities across Montserrat County as Director General Wento called for residents' support. Addressing reporters over the weekend, National Road Fund Manager Madam Josita Wento said the inspection is intended to ensure community roads are constructed using best standard for durability by construction companies.
What I would say right now, because this is just starting, we will do it up to the 24th of December. There are a lot of rules, but because of the time constraint of the day, we had incidents this morning going around. Because of the time constraint, so we will report at this moment, but we will continue another department. What I would say right now, because this is just mobilization money. We say on the scale for the project that we have seen, they are a little around 3 and 4. If you give me a fair assessment, they're a little around 3 and 4. The reason I say 3 and 4 is because with most of them, if we're doing the weighted average on it, most of them are doing clearing. Very few of them have started doing some kind of sealing of the road, but the road work is enormous and it requires a lot more to be done. But we have seen some problems. We are working very closely now with the Ministry of Public Works to tell them what we'll be expecting. So before they finish the report to send it to us for payment, if we those things corrected in the work, even with the contractors implemented, we don't see it corrected, we will not make payment. Unfortunately, they may not like it, but this is what we will do. We will not make payment if the work is not done in line with the deal. Country, you boost economic activity. Pretty soon you will see very new buildings coming up. You will see storefronts opening. People will have jobs. A lot of things are going to improve. Even when we're coming, people on the motorbike trying to carry their vehicle, water and things to their shop and stuff to sell. So, it kind of foster economic activity. We can't say specifically what kind of economic activity, but we hope that the people here will benefit from it. They will be able to move easily and they will have some form of sustaining themselves.
Meanwhile, the National Road Fund manager has called for the cooperation and support of community residents, including the leadership, as the government of Liberia exerts efforts to pave roads in the communities.
We need to continue working together, and we ask, each of the citizens from the various communities that this project are going in, just be very supportive to the government. It costs a lot of money for us to do this work. And we're not trying to build up tension. We're not trying to. What we want to do for those of you who are fortunate to have the roads coming in your community, we want you to welcome the idea and give a supporting arm to even the people who are doing the implementation. What we'll also encourage for you, because we are not all over at the same time, if you're in a community where they're doing your road work and you see something is not being done properly, you can call either the National Road Fund or you call the Ministry of Public Works and you make these concerns known. That way we'll find, it will be more proactive, it will be more considerate for us to find a solution to that problem before it progresses or it extends to something else that is uncomfortable. So, in terms of the community own involvement, the ownership of the project, again, dialogue, and dialogue.
Josita Wento is the manager of the National Road Funds. In foreign news now, Cyclone Chido has killed 94 people in Mozambique since it made landfall in the East African country last week, local authorities have said. The country's National Institute of Risk and Disaster Management, INGD, said 768 people were injured and more than 622,000 people affected by the natural disaster in some capacity. Chido hit Mozambique on 15 December with winds of 260 km per hour, 160 miles per hour, and 250 millimeters of rainfall in the first 24 hours. The same cyclone had first wreaked havoc in the French Indian Ocean territory of Mayotte before moving to Mozambique, Malawi, and Zimbabwe. In Mozambique, the storm struck northern provinces that are regularly battered by cyclones. It first reached Cabo Delgado, then traveled further inland to Niassa and Nampula. The country's INGD said the cyclone impacted the education and health sector. More than 109,793 students were affected, with school infrastructure severely damaged. Some 52 sanitary units were damaged, the INGD said, which further risks